guys, and welcome back to a new episode with Tanoko One. This week we are discussing episode 6 of season 12, celebrating the life of Asa Fox. This was brought to us by one of the new writers. You can find him on Twitter at SleepyPanda76, I do believe, Steve Yoki, which is fabulous. Also, in case y'all don't know, I do believe he's also is the only gay writer on the wait, no. He's a new gay writer, which is exciting because, you know, we're that much more likely to get, you know, LGBT representation in the show, which of course we immediately got in this episode. So that's super exciting. And he was very strong right out the gate. Much better than the last episode by a new writer. And I don't mean any offense by that. I actually do say that kindly. So this week, wow, I got a lot of questions. I had over 50, almost 60 questions in the 24 hours after the episode aired. I woke up and had 47, and then, you know, some more came in and trickled in over the course of the day. So, of course, I can't answer all of them. So I used a random list generator to basically pick out a bunch of them at random, and then I will be going down the list answering those. If yours didn't get picked, you know, like I said, just it's a random list generator. I did not go through picking and choosing. So, here we go. Anonymous said, so the demon says Sam was a vessel for Lucifer and Mary hears, yet we don't get a mention. Mary's pretty much proved she's very hands-off, not involved, doesn't really care, as far as the boys go. Yeah, I think majority of fandom right now is not really caring about Mary in the slightest, because she just doesn't seem to care. And I don't know if that's a writing choice or an acting choice, or if just a failure at acting. So I'm not really sure. Anonymous said, I don't know why, but the fact that Claire and Alex are at a concert together makes me really happy. Are they at a concert? Or are they hunting and they lied to Jody? Anonymous said, saying Dean needs Cass right now is like when people tell women your problem will be solved if you have a man. Like, no, Dean needs a mom. That's why the darkness brought her back in the first place. Mary can't be a mom right now because her struggles. But then we have cutie Jody. I love Sam, but I think he's trying to repress his emotions. He's clearly upset too. Okay, wow, Anonymous. Okay, I'm very confused on multiple fronts as far as your ask. So I'm going to start at the beginning and work my way through it. First of all, nobody is saying Dean needs a man to fix him or a significant other to fix him. Like, that hasn't been said at all. Like, in anywhere where it says about the fact, or even I've said, the fact that Dean needs Cass is because Cass is his friend. Cass isn't just his friend, Cass is his best friend. You know, and Cass is not involved in the family drama, so therefore he can be an unbiased sounding board for Dean. Whether or not he can actually give any advice or help, Dean at least would have somebody to talk to, whereas he can't talk to anybody right now, because the only other person is Sam, who is emotionally involved, and is already telling Dean basically how he's reacting, how he's feeling, everything is wrong, and he needs to stop. And he keeps trying to correct Dean, and not let Dean just be. I get Sam is upset too, but Sam also is completely experiencing this totally different than Dean, because his experience coming to the table with this is completely different than Dean's. You know, Dean at least had some memory of his mother, which was just built on through the years by stories his dad would then later tell. Mary's just an abstract to Sam until he actually meets her, so he's not actually as... He's not basically losing his mother for a third time during all of this. Whereas Dean is. Dean lost her when he was 4. Dean lost her when he realized that the idea that he had of his mother, or the memory of his mother, isn't even actually an accurate portrait of her. You know, and then he's having to, okay, so the memory I thought I had of my mother isn't actually accurate. So that's not who my mother is at all. So I'm going to have to bury that. You know, and that's gotten me through so many years. To the fact that, okay, this woman is my mother. Oh wait, she doesn't want me either. So nobody is saying that Cass needs to fix Dean. Just Dean needs him there for emotional support. like he has throughout multiple seasons, like when Sam was in a coma and Dean kept calling him about, like, dude, I just need somebody to sit here with me. Or when he's talking on the phone to Cass about that things are weird between him and his mom, and like, you know, and Cass can't offer anything other than, you know, what do you say? What did she say? Okay, well, and then don't make it complicated. You know, that's literally all anybody's, you know, Dean needs his friend. Dean needs a friend. Dean needs somebody he can talk to. And again, I have to disagree with you on the fact that Dean needs his mother, because that makes no sense. That literally, this whole plotline in The Darkness bringing Mary back makes no sense. Maybe in earlier seasons, Dean possibly could have used his mother. But Dean's relatively good. You know, Dean's, you know, made huge leaps and bounds as far as character development. I know I've seen a lot of people as far as their reactions when Amara brought Mary back and all that. They're just basically was like, no, Charlie, yes, Charlie she could have brought back. Charlie he needs. Mary, no, that still doesn't make any sense. Anonymous said, Jodie with her boys. I loved it so much. You and me both, Anon. Anonymous said, LMAO, Billy is so done with the Winchesters. I don't know why, but that had me cracking up. Dude, she so is. I love it. It's so great. I love it so much. I love the fact that she's just completely done with the Winchesters. And she's just like, I don't think she's like necessarily a bad guy or even an antagonist. She's almost like a neutral character off to the side, but that she is set to obey a strict set of laws. And the Winchesters break the natural order of things. And she's just like, no, this is not how this works. But then also, when she's talking to Mary, at first she seems actually really scary and kind of threatening. But then you realize, no, she is really wanting to help. That okay, you are suffering, and this is not natural, and this is painful for you. I can fix it. You know, I can put things back right. You don't have to keep needlessly suffering. And so I think she comes off a lot harsher than she actually is. And I think it just basically sort of grates under her skin about the fact that the Winchesters probably, to her, think they're above basically the law, consequences, the natural order of the universe. When things die, they stay dead, unless you're a Winchester. Anonymous said, this is the first Castles episode in a while I liked. We seriously need more Jodie, and she needs to finally meet Cass. Dude, her meeting Cass would be fabulous. That would be interesting on both ends. We did not get enough of Cass with Charlie to ever make my heart happy. It was very brief. Especially with Claire living with Jodie, we need more of Claire and Jodie meeting. And Jodie and him like coming over for like, to basically try and spend time very awkwardly with Claire and check in on her because he cares and stuff like that, and you know, meeting Jodie, and it's just like this awkward family dinner thing, and it's just like, yes, and Alex is just like, I'm not saying anything, but my face is. I would love for Cass to basically end up going to Jodie's just to like visit, and visit with not only Claire, but also visit with Jodie and Alex as the people that Claire lives with, and that, you know, that it matters to him to have a relationship with all of them because, you know, they matter to her and it all matters to him. So I think that's really important. And oh God, if he met Donna, oh my God, that would be fabulous. She would just, oh wow. I'm not sure he's ready for that. I'm just not sure. Anonymous said, wasn't Demon Jodie amazing? Kim looked like she was having so much fun. Yes, she was. Kim is amazing. I love Kim. And she probably had a freaking blast. Not gonna lie, dude, she probably had a blast. Anonymous said, I love Dean, but I'm over the Mary drama. Anonymous said, I hope both twins come back. I liked them. I don't know why, but when the girl was like, you can't just ask someone that, and when the guy asked Sam about Lucifer, reminded me of Mean Girls. You can't just ask someone whether they're white. Oh my God, I did not even think of that. Oh god, no, I don't relate to that at all. But that's hilarious. But no, I did actually, I really love that scene because I like the fact that he clearly way overstepped. Elvis did. And both the twins are just like, dude, rude. You can't just ask somebody about something that messed up. Like, that's a thing we politely don't mention. You can ask him about other cases and stuff, but you don't mention something that messed up. Like, like you have any right to something like that. Like, yes, we've all heard of it, but you don't ask. That's none of your business. And I like the fact that they, like, later tell him, you can go away now. So just like, yes, this, good. In which case, with the demon, with Elvis having eventually been the first one, I think, revealed to have been possessed by the demon, I wonder if it's not Elvis that's asking, but the demon. Unless that Elvis is a complete Sam boy, and the fact that the demon is just like, so you're Sam Winchester. Lucifer's true vessel. How very interesting. Dude, you cracked me up. That's hilarious. I'm next. Anonymous said that line the demon had about Lucifer leaving his meat suit alive and that being deliciously weak caught my ear. Seemed an oddly specific thing to mention Lucifer's mercy towards Sam. Do I detect a hint of Sam for subtext writers? We can only hope so. No, seriously, I'm still bitter over the fact that Lucifer's making no sense this season. He made no sense last season either. Because Lucifer's such a great, complex, multifaceted character, and there's so much room for character development, and the fact that, they could have broken out of some stereotype about Lucifer just wanting destruction and mayhem and blah, 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 especially once they revealed that the fact that Lucifer goes evil because when he took on the darkness to save humanity, that it drove him insane. So that once the mark was gone, we could have seen a whole new side to Lucifer from before he became crazy. We could have seen the Lightbringer. We could have seen the original Lucifer that was best friends with Gabriel and taught Gabriel every prank he knows. And apparently went around terrorizing terrorizing Raphael and Michael in heaven. Punking heaven constantly. We could have seen so much. And then Sam could have been introduced to a whole new Lucifer that he's just like, you are not what I remember or expected. What is going on? And it's so under and poorly utilized. So I'm very heartsick over that. But yes, any Sam for subtext they want to hit me with, go ahead. Anonymous said, Dean needs someone like Jodie right now, a mother figure. Sam is trying, but he doesn't need a brother, or an angel, or anyone else. He needs a mom type, which is what Jodie would do. Sam does too, but he's not expressing it, and I'm like, why? Both be upset, it's fine. Here's the thing. I don't think Sam nor Dean necessarily need a mother. They're grown-ass men. They basically just need somebody who can empathize and listen and possibly offer advice or just let them talk, free of judgment or of telling them that what they're feeling or expressing or how they're going through it is wrong. They just need somebody just there, and they don't have that. Whereas the writers keep forgetting Castiel in the past couple of episodes. At least we had Jodie this episode to fill in and basically step up and do what any friend would and be like, if you need to talk about anything, I'm here, even if I just listen and I don't say anything. If that's what you need, I will do it. That's not a mother figure. That's a friend. That's family. That's what Sam can't offer. And Dean definitely can't offer for Sam, And luckily we have these characters who are not emotionally invested enough in the situation. They can offer that to the Winchesters. Sam doesn't need it, so therefore Jodie doesn't offer it. Dean clearly does. In which case, if like I said, that's what I said about Cass earlier. That's really all Dean. He needs his friend. He needs a friend. He needs friends. He needs an emotional support group, and he doesn't have that. And he doesn't actively seek it out because literally Dean's never been taught that that's okay. That he's just, oh God, John screwed him up so badly. In which case, like I said, with Sam also, Sam is experiencing this completely differently than Dean is. This is Dean basically losing his mom for a third time, okay? Sam had no memory of his mother ever. You know, he just has the stories, and it's just almost like a character in a book, you know, suddenly brought to life. And so when he loses her, after finding out, wait, basically she's not quite like the story said to begin with, it hurts, yes, but at the same time, he was not able to get as emotionally invested. Sam's even brought this up before, like back in season 1, in the pilot episode, when he and, you know, Dean butt heads over Sam, basically the way he talks about their mother. You know, and so it's just, it's not the same. It's completely, you know, completely opposite ends of the scale as far as how this is affecting them and therefore how they're going to react. Anonymous said, okay, so as Mary leaves with Sam and Dean, there are 3 bodies burning. Is that a foreshadowing for Sam and Dean with Mary? Dude, why would you say something so horrible? Why do you hate me? Why do you hate all of us? Don't give the writers ideas! What is wrong with you? It made me nervous. Yeah, now you've made me nervous. Or maybe I'm just overanalyzing. Please say it's that. Please just, yeah, no. I think 3 is just a good round number for the episode. I honestly think sometimes the viewers read more into things than the writers themselves, but I couldn't help it with that. It could mean anything else, like the bike everyone thought was foreshadowing to Jensen's dream, that Dean rides a bike basically into the sunset since he can't imagine having anyone but Sam as his passenger. Yeah, because, okay, with the bike thing, when it first shows up, it's another reference within the episode to Prince and Purple Rain. That's what it's intended as. And you don't realize until the next episode that no, this bike actually belongs to somebody who is tailing y'all. That Mr. whatever his name is basically stalking the Winchesters and following up on each of their messes to clean up after them. I think because of how Supernatural is written and how what we've come to experience and expect from like season finales, like, hey, wait, somebody dies. And the fact that Jared has talked about the fact that he just wants them to go out in a blaze of glory where they all just die. I'm like, no, that's a horrible idea. I mean, that may be fun for you to act, but it's a horrible, horrible idea. You know, think of the audience, not just what's fun for you to act. Anonymous said, Sam is also clearly upset, but writers don't focus on it. Dean wears his emotions, and if he's sad or pissed, it will be known. Sam is an introvert, ironically. He is just as complex and has the same daddy and mommy issues as Dean, but the writers don't really know how to show it, sadly. Dean tells it out loud, so writers can do that easily, but don't always make it clear with Sam, and I'm like, I love both my boys, and they're both suffering. Here's the thing, I don't think that Sam is entirely just repressing what he's feeling. It's different for Sam than it is for Dean. Dean literally, like I said, is this will be basically kind of like burying his mother for the 3rd time. You know, Sam, he gets her very briefly, and then she immediately leaves again. So it's completely different. You know, yes, he's hurt, but at the same time, he's in a position he can be more perspective. And, you know, and he has a perspective that Dean lacks because Dean is too close to the matter. And Dean is too close to it, you know, from years of raw wounds that Sam lacks. But, you know, it's completely different, and people keep trying to compare them like they're the same, and they're not. And it's really kind of unfair. It's just as unfair as Sam basically telling Dean that the way he's feeling and the way he's expressing it is wrong. Anonymous said, Jody's line, I do have a life when you boys are not around. To the boys made me squee and clap my hands. Wayward daughters much? Bring it on! Very much so, especially with the fact that Jody says that Claire and Alex are at a concert. And I'm like, are they? Are they really? Are you sure? Because yes, I would not at all put it past them to have actually been on a hunting trip. Anonymous said, okay, Sam should let Dean feel, but the thing is, Sam is right, because Dean is not feeling. He's doing what Dean does, anger. If Dean was showing his emotions, I would like Sam to calm down, but he's not. Sam knew Dean needed to talk after John died, after he came back from hell, and I think he's right about this. Emotions are valid. But the way we experience grief is different. And there is no right or wrong way. There is just how you deal with it. And the fact that Sam keeps trying to tell Dean how to feel, and that basically what not to do. And Dean's right. Mary has her own crap, but the way she's handling it is wrong. Like, Dean's just like, okay, you'll check in with us once a week, maybe, but you'll drive all the way to Canada to see some kid you haven't seen since 1980. And it's just like, you know, he's legit calling her out on the fact that you are sucking at this very badly. You know, and just the whole Mary thing is just, Dean has every reason to be angry. Dean's hurt, you know, and he's basically been rejected, you know. I mean, how would you react? Anonymous said, I think they should have got Amy for the flashback scenes. Dude, you and me both. Particularly since they showed her in the opening recap shots. It was disorienting as hell to have Sam Smith in both the 1980 flashbacks and the present day scenes, looking, as she does, like a woman pushing 50. That's because she is. I think SPN is fucking up this whole Mary storyline, personally. I'm just not feeling it. I feel bad for typing this, but I found myself kind of hoping she'd take Billy up on her offer at the end. No, you and me both, but it's like literally the way they did it, there's no way she could have, because Billy can't just like kill her. So it's basically heavily implied either somebody would have to kill Mary and Mary have to kill herself. And Mary's not going to do that while her 2 kids are standing there, despite the fact that she basically wants nothing to do with them. Anonymous said, loved the twins, but I clenched hard when Jody Demon was about to reveal their secret. Instantly on high alert for, oh god, please, no twincest. Please, God, no. Whew. Oh, thank fuck for that. Loved Jody. She survived. Again, hurrah. What is her episode season survival count now? Loved Billy. She is smooth AF. I love her. Missed Cass. I'm just gonna imagine Dean called Cass when he first went outside to get some air, and it got edited for time. Overall score, B-. That's actually a lovely thought. Or that he was working up to calling Cass and got interrupted. I wasn't really sure what I was expecting as far as the secrets that Demon Jody was going to reveal, but I was more confused at the fact that, okay, we obviously see when the demon leaves the body. Why does nobody see when somebody gets possessed? Anonymous said, don't get me wrong, I love Mary, but I believe she should go back to heaven. I know it's going to break the boy's heart, but Mary simply doesn't belong on Earth. I think she will eventually choose to go back. What do you think? I think she will too. I think she was very much considering it, but her boys were standing right there. So she really didn't have that option. But then as Billy reminded her, just say my name. You know, what is it? The Destiny's Child song, say my name when no one is around you. Basically, Mary's gonna have to do that. Or eventually I think we'll probably do that, about the fact that I'm not meant to be here. You don't actually need me. You're both grown adults. But it would, you know, and probably the fact that it was so great to get to see you and see what you've become and blah, 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 blah. Still not understanding why Mary is not pissed AF over John's raising of the boys. I mean, I don't get it. That they have not addressed John's raising of the boys and the epic failure that was. That John literally should have been arrested on multiple counts. Anonymous said, I love the bro moments with Jody. Honestly, the brother moments are always my favorite, especially in the first season of Supernatural, and it makes me so happy. The show has always been about family, mainly the 2 brothers, and it's those simple moments that make it special. Jody is family, and I loved them. At the end of the day, no matter who anyone ships, which characters they're related to, their opinion of certain episodes, we're all SPN family, and I don't know, simple moments on the show remind me of that. Yes, I love the family theme overall with Supernatural, and the fact that the whole family doesn't end with blood, and the fact that the Winchesters keep just adopting people or being adopted by people. And I think it's something people love so much and relate to so hard. It's because a lot of people end up with crap families, you know, and your family ends up being the one you found, or the one you made for yourself. Or even if you have a great family, you know, that it gets bigger and better because you end up making a family with other people. And I think that's really, really great. And I think, like I said, I think that's something everybody just relates to really hard over the course of the series, you know, and I think that's really the reason Supernatural has survived as long as it has, because even the actors and the showrunners and the Eric Kripke, creator of Supernatural, and basically like everyone who works on Supernatural agrees, no, this show would have gone off the air a long time ago, you know, had we just kept it just about Sam and Dean. It would have stagnated and died. You know, and that adding all these other characters, adding Castiel, adding Bobby, adding Ellen and Joe, adding Jody, adding Charlie, you know, that it is only added to and made it better. And I think that's really, really, really great. And now you have these characters who aren't necessarily traditional found family, because they're sort of like that odd uncle and aunt that you only see on certain holidays, and you're not entirely sure you trust them, but they're still there, and you know they're there if you need them. And you know that you could actually, in a pinch, count on them. And it's just like, it's weird, it's unorthodox, it is what it is. And I think that's really great too. Anonymous said, I like that this season we know Cass is with Crowley, so we don't need a phone call or mention every episode. I just like that we know, since in previous seasons Cass would be going off for no reason. We know why this season, so I'm fine. I would like to see Agent Beyonce and Jay-Z back, though. Here's the thing. Yes, we know where Cass is. Yes, we know where Crowley is. We've known where Cass has been in previous seasons. The fact that they don't have, continuity as far as, like, updates, it's because this isn't just on the Winchesters, it's an ensemble show at this point. So when you don't include all aspects of an ensemble show, it's like a huge massive hole in a canvas. It does not flow. And it's more obvious by its absence. That they did not follow up on it, or the fact that, okay, Rowena tossed Lucifer into the ocean, but he's still loose, and he will get out because he's an archangel. Where are we on that front? Is he out of the ocean, or is he still swimming with the fishes? Clearly, according to the next episode, he's out and being a rock star. Okay, well, how did we get to that point? There's been no follow-up on that. So that's a problem with the storytelling. That is, and they easily could have addressed that in just a couple of sentences. About the fact that, Rowena was tracking him and they were closing in on him again. That they're tracking basically his aura, so they don't know what vessel he's in, but they're able to still follow and track him. That, unfortunately, he seems to be constantly sort of on the move and not staying at any one point for too long. So that was a problem. Anonymous said, I think the whole bringing up Sam being possessed by Lucifer twice now is a foreshadow. I don't know if it would work because of how Lucifer was butchered last season by writers. I don't get what Lucifer wants now. He was apparently forgiven. Sam apparently wasn't afraid anymore last season. And also Mary didn't ask about that. She definitely heard when the demon said it. Yeah, Lucifer's storyline makes no sense at this point. Apparently, according in the next episode, he's using his rock star status to, bring in groups of crowds so he can just kill them. Which makes no sense, because the first thing Lucifer did when he got free and out of the cage was go to the park and feed the ducks. And just enjoying being out and free and not hurting anybody until an angel attacked him. Excess Bettina said, I heard someone laugh and it reminded me of your laugh and I got so excited. I don't know why, but it just made my day. I love this episode. Seeing the boys getting fans and scenes with Jody was the best. They deserve it in such cute brother moments. Sam was like, it's Jody, and saved her. Like he did with Cass in season 8-9. I forgot right now. Sorry, I do think he should have let Dean feel how he does, and actually Sam should be more upset. Anyone can clearly see they are both heartbroken. I really liked the Hunters. I really liked this episode. I really liked the Hunters, and I liked Sonny? Was that his name? I don't know. The bearded guy who ended up being the one to originally kill Asa. I really liked that. I liked him up until that point. But then I loved the twins. And I liked, the boys getting to interact with other hunters and it just be normal, because so much of their interaction with other hunters who knew of them has been negative. And especially during seasons 4 and 5. Or actually the early seasons. And so it was really great to hear, get to see them interact with hunters who apparently think well of them. And are like, dude, y'all are legends. And Dean and Sam are just like, oh, okay. I'm gonna go in the other room now. Alright, this is awkward, I'm leaving. Basically. And I'm like, guys, there's a book series about your lives. You think this is awkward? Imagine if they'd found them. So it's just, I really, really like the episode. I really like the scene at the end where they were all doing the exorcism. It could have been done better. But I think that's more of an editing problem rather than a writing problem, because it was too much gap between the next person picking up the exorcism. Like, it should have just been like boom, 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 boom. The moment one person got knocked out, somebody else picked it up right where it was. And they could have actually done that and bounced it around a little bit more than they did. You know, to the fact that the demon is just like, crap, I can't take you all on at once. You know, but like I said, I think that's more of an editing issue rather than a writing issue. But I really, 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 really liked this episode. It's been a long time since demons have been even remotely creepy. You know, y'all remember the 14-year-old girl demon earlier this season? That was hysterical. Oh my god. But you know, demons have not been creepy or psychotic in a while. They are few and far between and rare. But that's it for this season. Or not for this season. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week. I'll be doing the reaction video as normal, and then of course the discussion video afterwards, answering your ask and questions and stuff like that. If you check out the links below, you can find out about my Tumblr, my Patreon, the fact that I'm actually doing podfic commissions over on Tumblr if you are interested. Podfic is audiobook fanfiction, and because yes, if any of y'all didn't know, I do audiobooks in real life as well, but podfic is just more fun. So there's all that, and you know, check out, like I said, check out my Patreon, check out my Tumblr, check out all of it. And also, if you follow my fics, I promise I'm fixing to update the one with the fanfic competition. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. So normally I'm on a weekly to 2-week schedule as far as updates. And that just has not happened this week, so I'm a little bit behind. But it's still coming, it's just busy. But I'll see y'all next week. Looking forward to it. If y'all have any ideas or suggestions for another video you would like me to do outside of the reaction and discussion videos, whether it's to do with supernatural merchandise or anything, you can either leave it in the comments below or shoot me an ask on Tumblr, and, you know, by all means, we'll consider it. Bye!